So a guy came up to me a little while ago and he said, "Hey, what's your elevator pitch for this flight plan for profits?" And if he'd asked me like a year ago, I wouldn't have known what an elevator pitch is. But an elevator pitch is if all of a sudden in this panic mode, the one guy you've been wanting to meet to make the big deal to sell your stuff at Walmart, all of a sudden you bump into him in an elevator and you're both going to the fourth floor. So you got 40 seconds to make your best pitch ever because this is the chance meeting. You've never been able to get into his office, but all of a sudden, bang, you're in. So I'm glad that I I had really had thought about this recently because we're we're introducing the biggest upgrade ever to flight plan. I had worked with managers in the past, and sometimes you say, "Hey, we're at 15 pieces per labor hour. We need to get to 18, and that means we got to cut 8 hours, one full-time employee or something." And they thought, like, we're shorthanded now. You shitting me? There's no way. So there was no way they could even comprehend that. But because of Flight Plan's sneak peek report, it'll tell you that the cost in pressing pants, for example, is too high. And because you know that right now at say 9:30 a.m., something's up, something's wrong, cost is too high, productivity is too low. You find out why, whatever the reason is. You need somebody needs to be retrained, massaged, whatever it is, or maybe it's an equipment issue. You know about it right away. You find out about it at 9:30, not at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, or hey, what happened yesterday? No, you find out right away. The problem is addressed, however it needs to be addressed, right at 9:31. Costs are another reading, what we call a reading, is taken at say 11:30, whatever it is, and suddenly the costs are way down, and productivity is way up, and the new manager realizes, gee, it's not really that difficult to cut costs. Mr. Boss Man had always said, "Hey, this is what I want you to do." I have no idea how to get there, but some guy named Don said you could do it. Um, I don't know. That's the difference between being a visionary, a tactician, a facilitator, and an executor. But the visionary doesn't have to know how to do anything. He just says, "This is what I want to accomplish." The tactician figures out how to do it. Facilitator gets the roadblocks out of the way, and that might be fixed leaky iron, whatever it takes to get those things out of the way. So that's what happens. Suddenly the manager realizes it's not that hard. It's not that hard, but you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to see the problem, identify the cause, then fix it.
Stay tuned to Talk Dry Clean and Laundry USA for an upcoming series about the new and exciting Flight Plan for Profits Pro X. Trust me, you'll want to wear your seatbelt.